Cool rendering, right? This is Becky. This is the AMD Garage project truck. This is going to be with the company for a long time, showcase all of our products and parts. We're building it. We're building it this weekend. I'm not kidding. All the parts are here. The people are coming together. The entire industry is wrapping itself around building this truck at Good Guys Columbus at the big one. Epic.
The beautiful thing about this build, nobody really knows what everybody else is doing. So we're just all coming together and it's going to happen.
100%, yeah.
Right?
And you guys are confident, I'm confident.
Yeah.
I put one of these on with the camera rolling and it worked great, so yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, cool, carry on.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
You're doing the Lord's work.
What's up, dude?
Brother.
I heard you guys needed an engine
Yeah, we did.
at last minute, too.
Yep. Some people fell through. It's fine. You came through at the end, man, in a pinch, and we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that ain't no problem.
Kevin's like, dude, I got you covered. I'm like, you do? He's like, don't worry. You've been bro, God
Ain't
said.
no problem, buddy. I
We're
actually
so
liked it when he
excited.
called me. He said, man, them big boys couldn't do it. And I said, little ones can. That ain't no problem.
Hey, it's true. But we got the chassis in the trailer. We're going to
Okay.
roll it out. I got the transmission from Phoenix. We're going to marry them, get it together, and we're good.
Yeah, oh
You got
yeah.
a little bit for us?
Everything's going to be
Awesome.
fine today, buddy.
Awesome.
Don't worry.
This is going to be sick.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? This is it. The chassis is loaded. Drivetrain is in. Thanks to John.
You're welcome.
This John. John, you were awesome.
Hey,
not,
buddy.
Not that
No
John.
worries.
This John is amazing. Brother, we can't thank you enough. Columbus is going to be great. And man, you've been a hell of a part of it, dude. We can't wait.
Hey, we
Oh,
appreciate
it's
you
gonna
giving
be
us the
awesome.
call. And if you need some help up there, let us know.
The beautiful thing about this build, nobody really knows what everybody else is doing. So
No.
we're just all coming together and it's going to happen.
So it doesn't look like much has happened here, but we got vintage air pieces going on. I think we're about to cut some holes. We might have to move the AMD sticker. It is what it is. This right here is a mounting solution. Here's our junction block. So with these trucks, they're modular. They're made to be made on an assembly line, right? So the main fuse panel for the wiring harness goes in from the inside. And we've got these two sections here. One is for the engine harness, and the other one goes underneath the truck for the taillight harness and all the stuff that happens in back behind. The fuel level, feed, all that type of stuff. So this is kind of ground zero right here for all the wiring. On the inside here, we've got all this stuff. Come a little closer, Amanda. So they're still busy at work. Cindy, tell me what you guys are doing.
We are putting in a barrier that protects you from sound and a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it makes your cab quiet, and it also keeps you cool.
Yeah. So this is Cindy Barlow from WyoTech. Very cool to have you here.
Thanks for having us. I mean, we're pretty excited to be here. You know, and then there's always George.
Well,
you
there's-
know, I mean,
yes.
he's always saying stuff that he tried stealing a car this morning. I mean, it's been amazing. Yeah,
You can't
it's
trust
always an
him.
adventure. No,
Yeah.
you can't trust him, and you guys have him wiring this thing.
Well,
But look, we
Yeah.
already have lights. Oh wait, that's on a battery.
well, it looks like you're doing a great job, and the value of this stuff is crazy. It doesn't add a whole lot of weight, but it really makes the whole inside of the vehicle feel better.
Makes a
And
big difference.
the WyoTech upholstery team is now going to have a solid foundation
I know.
to put the interior in, and it's going to be awesome.
Excited to see all that come together. They're over there sewing it right now. It's
Yep.
pretty neat to be a part of this.
Yeah, for
AMD's
sure.
a good partner to us.
Thanks. Well, we hope so too, and yeah, we look forward to what's next. But right now, this is a lot of fun. There's a lot of
Coming
stuff
together,
happening.
it's fun.
Very cool.
Yes.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna install this United Pacific LED marker light, and what I had to do was replace the factory parking light socket with the Painless Performance light bulb socket. It fits in here real nice. This is an AMD bucket painless socket, so it fits really good. These products are pretty spot on, but all you got to do is this United Pacific light comes with a bulb socket on it, and you just kind of put it into the factory hole and give it a turn. And then you just make sure the wires get up behind the light. And then you just put your screws in it. There you go.
Megan, nice to see you
Nice to
again.
see you as well.
Absolutely. So I feel I want to hug your neck. It's great. Thank you guys so much for your participation in this build and with everything that we're doing with AMD Garage, with the Goonie wheels and things like that.
Absolutely.
We're so grateful that partners like you could come with us and display and be visible right here for this.
Yeah, absolutely. We love our partnerships. I think part of how this brand has evolved and grown is a direct result of the partnerships that we've established.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the partnerships and people like you or AMD or anybody at this point to be able to do what we can do and be the places we can be and show our wheels and show what these can do, from start to finish.
Yeah.
Clearly, as we're seeing here,
Yeah.
building from the ground up. Yep.
Well, it makes perfect sense to have you on board. Case study in how we build a vehicle. So we've got a big brake package, our custom wheels and tires. Our wheels didn't get made in time. Our
Yeah.
tires are here. We need you for this build. So it's literally how custom shops, hot rodders, DIY guys utilize the Goonie wheels, and so it's a perfect opportunity to show it off. So let's talk about this set of wheels on this vehicle.
Absolutely.
got-
So we've got the Goonie Wheel 45S on these. So these are our most popular wheel. These are our workhorse, our tried and true. They are a stainless steel wheel, solid polyurethane outer component with those little safety humps. I know sometimes they get a little annoying, but they're there because we can't go more than 5 miles an hour on these guys.
Yeah.
Like you had said too, the big brakes that come on a lot of these new builds, or when people are restoring a vehicle, or trying something new, they don't have a lot of room. So what this 45S allows is this backside has a huge deep offset, 94 millimeters.
So no matter whose calipers, whose 14-inch rotors, whatever.
Exactly, exactly. And like you said, the wheels didn't make it, so without that, we wouldn't be able to be rolling this thing
on
around.
jack stands, exactly. And speaking of that, what I love, one of my favorite things about the Goonie wheels, it makes the vehicle easy to push. I mean, I'm like a lot of guys. Sometimes I have buddies help me out, but I'm kind of a one-man show.
Yep.
So it's a really nice way for me to be able to move vehicles around in my shop. So thanks for that.
Absolutely. That was the biggest goal, because those jack stands sometimes they aren't as mobile.
Yeah.
This allows for that mobility, but also that safety. Like you said, if you're moving it all by yourself, it makes it easier now. You know, as more components go on, that changes obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, as this was wheeled in, everyone can just kind of push it around at this point.
So our goal here, and tell me if this is too ambitious or not, we're going to have a complete truck on Sunday, and it's going to start. What's going to happen next is this thing at some point is going to be rolled into the middle, and we'll do the full assembly, and it'll be like an ant farm with people trying to get all the last minute connections done. So again, thank you for being here, for helping us do this, and we just so appreciate you guys.
Oh, I'm excited to see the final product. I know it's ambitious, but with this crew and this group, I mean, I think the sky's the limit, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it doesn't even say it's a no limit.
No limit chassis.
So there is no limit. You guys are going to do it. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited. I think all the guys will be excited. I think the people watching are going to be excited. I think people here are going to be excited.
Yeah.
And it just shows what you can do with a little bit of hard work in, you know, about 3 days. So.
Yeah. Well, we like to say we're reinventing the car show. So with the help of the Good Guys organization, with all of our strategic partners here, and people like you helping us do this, it's really kind of cool to see this all fulfilled. We've been planning this particular build for more than a year.
Wow.
And to see it all come together is great. So, yeah, we're grateful for your partnership,
No,
Megan.
thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
We love partnering with AMT. We love partnering with you guys.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you guys do, you know, next year and in the future.
Yeah, well, the truck's going to live on a lot of different ways. And
Perfect.
Yeah, so.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Holy man, there's been so much stuff going on. So we're getting ready to rope in the back window. We'll come around to the cab again, but look at these doors. They're fully assembled. And by the way, these are brand new out-of-the-box panels, and they fit great. They look as good as they fit. This is super nice, man. It's really cool to see this coming together. Vent windows are in, but let's walk over here to the cab. So right here, all this funky business, we're grommeted in. This is the backside of the HVAC, the vintage air system. All of these these are our heater hoses that go to the engine. This goes to the AC compressor pump. This gives us air conditioning in the cab. More wiring stuff, but come around here, don't trip on the wire. So inside, we've got, this is a connection box for a Dakota digital gauge cluster. All of these leads get plugged into the various leads, and this plugs into the main wiring harness, and it's going to give us our digital gauges. So all of this, the silent drive looks great, and this light is awesome. The Milwaukee tool light has not let us down yet, so we're making really great progress here. Oh, I see a steering column. We got a Flaming River steering column here. This is getting ready to be dropped in. This is already wired and connected into the wiring harness. Let's check out interior. All right, so I'm going to try not to touch anything, but look at this, man. This is amazing. We got a French seam here. The pleats look great. He's mapping it out on this side. So how does this connect here to the foam?
So on this side, this is a little Velcro piece that we sewed on to our seam, and then we got the other half of the Velcro down
Right,
here.
so it's just hook and loop, yeah.
Yeah, but we glued in the Velcro, channeled out the foam that way all fits in, and then here, this is our other seam. We glue we glue our pleats, we glue down in here, and then we glue all this down.
Okay.
So it's all just glued in.
Yeah, very cool, but it looks super tight. This is really nice work, man. Yeah.
All puffy looking, turned out good.
Very cool. So yeah, it's interesting. So this looks a little bit more rolled than this. I guess that's just the pressure of the...
That's because, so once we push this one down, and it sits down in there, it'll look just like this.
Right. Dude, outstanding. This is great work, man.
It's all done.
I only have my sunglasses on because I forgot my regular glasses.
He's lying, dude. He always wears them.
Plus, it looks way cooler sewing.
You're such a rock star. You're sewing with your sunglasses.
I got it from Billy Gibbons, you know.
Nice work, folks. Got some celebrities here. Candy and Wade. All right, so this is what we refer to as nothing happening. No, honestly, this is a stage table here. We've been doing HVAC connections. Yep, I found the drills.
He found the drills.
So where are we at with the cab? It looks good.
So we got the AC unit in. We've got part of the BIM module for the Dakota Digital Dash.
Saw that.
And then we've got the BIM module now that will go with the Phytech fuel injection unit. And now we're just trying to do some of the basic wiring on the Vintage Air. And then the items that we have to convert from the factory connector to the aftermarket for the different things we need to do. And then we've got to possibly make a lower bracket to hold the steering column in place.
Yeah.
And then we can wire up the steering column, which has the turn signals, the brake lights, also has the ignition switch and all of that. So, yeah. And then I've got a list of parts to go pick up.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to add dimmer switch. Thanks for interviewing me. Now I know what else I need.
So I saw.
I got headlight switch.
Yeah.
I got brake light switch. I remember dimmer switch and 6 3/8 by 18 nuts for the bracket for the brakes. Yep.
So is the multi-pin on the bottom of the steering column, is that pre-wired or did you guys do that?
No, so it's pre-wired on the column, but we have to wire it up on the harness side.
Yeah.
We'll have to cut all that.
Yeah, we'll have to. Thank God, all the pins are on there,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. Thank you, Painless, for doing that. And all we have to do is put them in the right order in the connector and not blow up the car.
Yeah, and Painless has a nice guide to how to color match
Great
them.
guide. It's probably a 3/4 of an inch thick, and believe me, read the manual. Yep. 3 words a parent fears most on Christmas Eve. Some assembly required, and there's some assembly required. But the pictures, everything, they do an amazing job. I've done many of their harnesses. It's great. Yeah, it is painless.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool, guys. It looks really good, and yeah, we'll just catch up soon. So the cab, if, cross our fingers, the exhaust system is done, we might put the cab on today, right?
We can put the cab on today, and then it'll probably make it easier for us to get to certain things because the way the cab sits, it's hard for us to get up in there, and I don't want to knock it off the stand with me in it or him in it. Yeah,
No.
yeah. Gravity's she's a terrible beast.
Gravity means it.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
at our age.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, getting old ain't for sissies.
No, not at all. Thanks, guys.
See y'all. All right, so.
Okay, I'm going to show you this. All right, check this out. This is really nice. This fit is really good, and it's very, very square. This feels so good. I mean, that is not old Chevy truck. That is not Grandpa's truck. That is Destroyed Speed and Engineering meets AMD meets goodness, right?
That's all Detroit Speed. They had all their builds.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, let's check out the chassis. We've got driver's side exhaust bank nearly complete. We've got passenger side. I think they're fabbing the downpipe. Black Widow exhaust is looking good. That's fully burned in, fully welded. They're putting the oxygen sensor bung in on the other side too, and that takes a little bit of time. It's got to be at the right angle, it's got to be at the right depth, and it's got to be the right distance from the header collector as well, because all of that is electronic communication back to the control unit for the fuel injection. So all these steps have to be taken, and we've just got good hands here. We've got a low car transmission dipstick tube, the oil. I'm going to check. We need to put a note on this that the oil crankcase is completely dry. Look, we've got a battery cable. This is positive battery cable. Of course, they've got it color keyed here for red. Now we got to put the ground on, and then we're ready for our Optima battery. I haven't seen an Optima battery. I don't know where it is. We're gonna have to go get an Optima battery. All right, anyway, front end's looking good. We're a little premature. We put the grill in, I guess just for aesthetic. Looks great. In one light, it's kind of blinking, but that's kind of it. So we've made a lot of progress today. All the subsystems are working great. Everything's on track to get this thing halfway home at the end of day one. That's great.
Forward just a little bit. A little bit just a hair more up. Hey, where's the big washers we need to go with this?
I have not seen it.
I have not seen any big washers.
I don't see why it won't work either. Because this way they can drill the holes in this to mount the fuse block.
And they can just drill the holes in that to mount
exactly. Ready when you are. So the Phytech guys needed a bracket to put their fuse block on, so we made this fashionable little thing. It'll bolt to the firewall here, the fuse block will bolt here, and then we have fuse block mounting. But we had to make two of them. They're a little big, they're a little overkill, but that's all right because I didn't know what size steel we needed.
The Grand Canyon, the Redwoods, Rocky Mountains, Cascades, the Great Lakes, beautiful scenery, good guys, better than, we're having such a fantastic time. This is the Good Guys Summit Racing. This is the big one in Columbus, Ohio. And AMD Garage, we're building a truck on site. It came in boxes, chassis rolled in off the truck from No Limit, and we're putting this thing together. And it's not just, oh, we got pre-assembled parts, this and that, and the engine. No, no, no. This is fuel injected. This is exhaust made on the spot. This is air conditioning, glass installation, window cranks. All of it is happening on site here. Yeah, it's a car show. Hello, we've got gorgeous cars, high-end customs, patina cars, chalkboard trucks. It's fantastic who's here, and the whole entire automotive aftermarket industry is wrapped around this show. It's one of the biggest ones and one of the best ones. But we're building a truck. Hey, there's magazine guys here too. So everybody's here, and it's such a cool thing because we've got a team, we've probably got 30 builders that everybody's just kicking in, elbows up, heads down. Case in point, the Phytech EFI guys are there, and it's all the super important stuff that takes intense detail and focus. They're putting their systems together, and we're, you know, it's just such a great thing. And all the AMD parts, yeah, we're proud of our parts. They fit, and they're fitting together super nice. But there's so much more that goes into building a vehicle. And you guys know this if you've ever built cars and trucks and done projects. To ambitiously attempt this in 2.5 days, nobody does that. We're doing it. And this is all Eddie Sabrecla's fault, by the way. He's my twin brother. But anyway, so I wanted to catch you up and tell you what we've got going on and what has happened yesterday and what our goals are. And yeah, time's ticking. So I shouldn't have pulled that out. You just got to find the right angle. Amanda, edit this out. Mike Howe is going to get mad at me.